Headlines rise before the morning sun. Every answer sold before the questions come. Voices echo through the crowded air. Each one promises the truth is waiting there. Who decides the stories history keeps? Who counts the promises nobody can keep? Some say danger's hidden in plain sight. Others swear tomorrow still looks bright. I've seen neighbors standing worlds apart, trading fear instead of open hearts. Screens keep shouting louder every day, leaving little room for shades of gray. If freedom lives, it starts inside the mind, not inside a slogan we can find. Truth is stronger when it's tested well, not because the loudest voices yell. Maybe we've forgotten how to pause, how to question without picking wars. Maybe every road we choose today writes another page we cannot erase. So I'll keep walking with my eyes awake, learning and erasing every choice can make. No borrowed crown, no borrowed throne. The path I follow has to be my Some are chasing comfort, some are chasing gold, some are buying futures they were never told. Every generation draws another line, searching for a reason, searching for a sign. Power loves a silent, tired crowd. Hope refuses speaking quite that loud. Still a single spark can light the night. One calm voice can challenge endless pride. Build a dream no stranger owns, brick by brick and stone by stone. Stand for kindness, stand for truth. Keep that fire alive in you. Don't surrender every thought you own. Don't mistake the crowd for standing strong. Listen closely, read between the lines. Leave some room to change your mind. When tomorrow writes another page, meet it not with fear, but quiet courage. Every ending plants another seed, growing into everything we need. The road is long, the sky is wide. No one holds the whole truth inside. So carry questions, carry light, and let your conscience be your guide. The final word belongs to none. The search for truth is never done.
Well, I guess we know the only people accountable for anything are us. We're accountable for everything. But nobody else. No. Hundreds of thousands of people die. Nobody accountable.
It's kind of like they want us broke, sick, dumb, confused, divided. And when a society is like that, you can't fight back. You're not empowered. We don't even know what's in our food. We don't even know what's in these shots. We're just going along to get along. And the name of the game is control. And if you've controlled people and they're completely ignorant of what's going on around them, it's a lot easier to control them.
There's an unprecedented threat that we just found by accident. They were repairing a dam at Big Creek Lake. That is a 3,600 acre lake, a reservoir that holds about 17 billion gallons of drinking water. It is the main source of drinking water for Mobile, Alabama. And they found an explosive device just under the water line, accidentally. We don't have much more information than that, other than things are looking like they might get really serious.
These wildfires, guys, these are all being started on purpose. They're going on all around the world. They're spraying chemicals and then lighting these places on fire. That's going to cause shortages. They're going to blame climate change. Then they're going to introduce rations. And to be able to access rations, you're going to need, guess what? You're going to need to sign up with digital ID. So they've tried all these different ways to get people to comply, social media access, you know, all these different ways. So they're getting more and more desperate, and this is going to be the way they're going to try and shoehorn people into it. They're going to try and make people desperate, and therefore that will encourage people to comply. Just in case people haven't worked this out yet, this is not climate change. Climate change is a complete scam. The climate's always changing. This is being done on purpose.
Do you guys remember this message to the unvaxxed from a couple years ago? This just came up in my feed. I wanted to share it.
That message to you, the unvaccinated. Even if I were pollinated and fully vaccinated, I would admire the unvaccinated for withstanding the greatest pressure I've ever seen. From partners, parents, children, friends, colleagues, and even doctors. People who are capable of such personality, courage, and critical ability are undoubtedly the best part of humanity. They are everywhere, in all ages, levels of education, states, and ideas. They are of a special kind. They are the soldiers that every army of light wants to have in its ranks. They are the parent that every child wants to have, and the children that every parent dreams of having. They are beings above the average of their societies. They are the essence of the people who have, built all cultures and conquered horizons. They are there, next to you. They look normal, but they are superheroes. They did what others could not. They were the tree that withstood the hurricane of insults, discrimination, and social exclusion. And they did it because they thought they were alone. And they believed that, they were the only ones. Banned from their families' tables at Christmas, they never saw anything so cruel. They lost their jobs, let their careers sink, had no more money, but they didn't care. They suffered immeasurable discrimination, denunciation, betrayal, and humiliation, but they kept on going. Never before in humanity has there been such a casting. Now, we all know who are the best on the planet Earth. Men, women, young, old, rich, poor, of all races or religions, the unvaccinated, the chosen of the invisible ark, the only ones who managed to resist when everything collapsed. That's you. You passed an unimaginable test that many of the toughest Marines, commandos, Green Berets, astronauts, and even geniuses could not withstand. You are made of the stuff of the greatest who ever lived. Those heroes born among ordinary men who glow in the dark. Remember, you're the voice, and it's time to make it count.
Hey, I don't know who needs to hear this, so make sure you send this message to those that need to get it. The pandemic was fake. Fauci lied. You took an experimental drug, and now you must go to sleep every single night wondering what's in your body. Good job.
Yo, I've lived through the end of the world so many times.
At this point, when they announce another end-of-the-world scenario, I don't even put my shoes on. At this point, I'm convinced the apocalypse is just running late. I mean, first the ozone layer was disappearing and we were all going to burn. Then climate change was going to start a new ice age. No, wait. It's going to burn us all off the planet with CO2. Y2K was going to crash the entire computer planet. Acid rain was going to wipe us off the face of the earth. At some point, killer bees were coming. I'm pretty sure there was a meteor scare in there somewhere. Then the Mayan calendar ran out of pages and everybody lost their minds. Then every news channel discovered a new something that was going to end the world by Thursday. I've survived enough once-in-a-lifetime events to qualify for a punch card. One more and I get a free sandwich. What really changed it for me was realizing that every generation before us had to deal with one apocalypse. But we get a subscription service. At this point, if the sky splits open and a fiery meteor appears, I'm thinking, well, that's going to make traffic horrible. Because when you've lived through this many world-ending events, your response stops being panic and starts being, can it wait till after my nap? What's the biggest, this is definitely the end, event that you remember that just turned out to be a Thursday?
Everyone is always talking about CERN, but have you heard of Final Spark, which is also in Switzerland? Last year, I made a video about an article from 2013 stating that they were using living human brain cells to power the smart grid. Well, Final Spark is a Swiss startup that builds biocomputers powered by living human brain cells to create this energy-efficient alternative to the traditional ones that are currently being used.
So in simple terms, Final Spark is a startup in Switzerland, and we are trying to build computers from living neurons. We have a laboratory in Vevey in Switzerland, and we are culturing cells. We try to make some computations on the neurons. And the reason why we do this is because we know, when looking at our brains, that neurons are much more energy efficient than digital computers. And it's estimated by scientists that if we can build computers from living neurons, if we can make computation, if we can make it work, it will use million times energy less than digital computing. So
when I hear the name Final Spark, I can't help but to think of the divine spark. And if you read certain ancient texts, like the Gnostic secret book of John, you see that the divine spark is essentially what was breathed into Adam to make him stand and have life. And this divine spark is what made him so similar to God, and what essentially caused the archons to envy and hate Adam, and why they made him forget so he wouldn't remember how divine he was. Now, when you think of that and you hear the name Final Spark, it starts to make you think that perhaps that's purposeful in that name. And if you look at the picture of the chips with the human neurons on it, it's very interesting how that shape looks like a Protestant cross with the two. Like, they're quite literally putting the divine spark that we were given by using our brain cells to put them into robots. Now that should get your mind spinning, but here's the connection that's very interesting.
When you want to control society, you have to control the narrative. And the narrative is very entrenched. For example, take climate change now. Climate change, it's like we are supposed to believe that we are in an unprecedented climate crisis right now. Yet anybody who studies paleoclimatology, which is the study of ancient climate change, knows that that's not even close to reality, a reflection of reality. And again, when I pull up some of the proxy graphs here, you're going to see that for yourself.
Now, first, we have to recognize we're in a world crisis, a world collapse. The system is going down. Nothing can save the present world system in its present form. Nothing. And there's no likelihood that you can keep the system alive into the spring of this coming year. So 100 days is a pretty long period of time. You might not have a country by that time. So what you need to do is you need to do the form I just indicated.
We need a law passed that says government officials are no longer allowed to take the fifth. They either have to incriminate themselves or give proof of how they've done right. This is bullshit. They plead the fifth, they're automatically found guilty, and they should swing at the end of a rope.
So apparently COVID was so bad that we needed vaccines to go to work and survive, and they did a lot to us. And it's not true, because the unvaccinated has never been sick. We are very well, and our heart is perfect, but the ones that are vaccinated, you're not doing too great, are ya?
You think freedom is weekends off, vacations once a year? Please, real freedom is never asking again, never clocking in. They made the system boring on purpose, predictable, exhausting, familiar, so you'd never look up. But if you're hearing this, you already feel it. The 9 to 5 was never built to make you rich. It was built to keep you obedient. So here's your choice. Keep playing loyal worker or build something they can't fire you from. Don't just break the script, burn it, then write your own.
This is just a theory, not a fact.
Well, I guess we know the only people accountable for anything are us. We're accountable for everything. But nobody else. No. Hundreds of thousands of people die. Nobody accountable.